Hello guys, welcome to more one video. Welcome to my backstage for my live set 2026. This is the part 3. After we build the whole set on Ableton and do some tests, we can see here as a part of steps. So we got the first step, that is the content. So we search for the tracks, we make the list, and we download for make a test. And after that we go for the second step, that is building the structure of the story with a DAW. For this we use Ableton. We categorizing the tracks, we build the structure and start to have an idea how we would like to be. And after that we render or export the whole set in the Ableton and do some listenings to see how it goes, the transition between the tracks. After we took the decision how would be the story of the set, we can go for the third part, the third step, which I call anatomy performance set. So what we're gonna do now, that we already decide which will be the order in the tracks. I have already purchased the tracks for WAV and the best quality. So we will start now to create the list for the anatomy set. That is basically we will adjust some beginning things before we go to the CDJ and start to do the fourth steps, that is the performance mix test, which consists to training the transitions times of the track and start to throw some effects to see what we can apply. We do some records, of course, and training the sets for analyze what we make a mistake or what we can do better. And the third step for the 4.3 is to polishing this anatomy set, checking what is the best transition times and effects. And the one before the last one is to train till you do less mistakes or zero mistakes till we find the last step, that is to record the set. So we will go to the third part. Basically, as you can see, I'm on record box. I have already created my playlist for passing after to the pen drives to me can play on the CDJ. We need this tool in order to give the mapping of the BPM for the CDJ. Otherwise, when you play and you don't use record box, he can play around 1 or 5 seconds till he recognize which BPM is the track. So this is not ideally if you go to play even on the party or if you want to record a set, because you need instantly the BPM on the first cue of the kick in order to synchronize with the remain track in order to make the transition. So basically what I'm gonna do now is to copy the list. I will go for another block of notes. Of course, we don't want to have the categorization of the styles because the story we already finished. So what we're gonna do now is to erase the styles. Okay, this is good. So what we want to do now, as is on the plan from here, is to create the list. We recreate the list. Now I want to make the second part, that is the mapping time of the track transitions. Since I play on a CDJ 350, it doesn't display me the waves. So I need to be somehow adjusted with the times in order to me know when I can turn the music or not, if I want to do exactly what I'm planning to do. Otherwise, sometimes can happen you delay 30 seconds or you put the track before 30 seconds. Doesn't mean that you are doing wrong, but maybe you are not doing 100% as you make your plan, you know. So if you want to do real something that it's in your plan, like I need to start the next track when the first track it's remaining 1 minute, so you must turn to 1 minute. But if you turn before 30 seconds or after 30 seconds, it doesn't mean that the track will be a bad transition, but it can make you create another kind of story depending of this space between the tracks on the transitions. So what I'm gonna do now is to study from each track where it starts the bass, if it has an intro, and where it starts the drop. So I'm gonna do a test with 3 tracks just to have an idea. I will not analyze whole the tracks because I want to be a surprise when I record the video. And also for the video not be so long, just analyzing tracks, you know. It's just to take 3 tracks here for you have an idea what I do. So let's begin. We can start with the first one. So as you can see, the track, he already started with the bass, so this is a good thing to test when you go to mix, but doesn't make so difference because usually when we start transition a track, we switch on the bass volume between the current track for the next one. So I want to categorize saying that the bass starts already. Maybe it's not so important because we will make the transition, maybe will not impact so much. I want to see, because I see the track it's a bit long, maybe the drop goes after 1 minute. Okay, we have an intro in 1 minute. So I will erase this because this I think will not need it for now. We will start with saying that they have an intro and 1 minute. I see 1.29, close to 1:30, but it's good to know exactly the time, especially if you are playing an old CDJ like me that doesn't have the waves. You need to be aligned with the time. So this is basically what I do. It's not a big deal, but since my way of performing a record set, it consists in try to bring a lot of effects in a non-stop. This is a good process to have in mind where you need to perform and not. So when we get the final idea, maybe it will be more clear for you guys what I do here. So the drop it's 1.29. For now, I will go for the next track.
break the frame. Let the voice light the flame. Cut to overload. Overload.
Okay, this track, it's a track that doesn't have a bass. This is not so common to me because usually I register when the bass starts in order to see when I do the volume bass transition or if I keep it both. This will depend when we go to do the mix test on real time. I can consider that the drop it's like 1 minute. It's 101, but if I put like 1, doesn't make so much difference since I avoid to not mix 2 drops on the track. I see that there is also a kind of intro here.
Tear the walls and break the frame.
0:45, 46. Let's consider. That is 0:45. And also I want to have the BPMs. I forgot to let these details, because with this we can have a map and which BPM we will adjust and not, because we have all this work when we go to play, and of course also playing the party or recording videos. You need to take care of all the details, and the music is just running and you need to find a gap in order to move all these things. Let's go so for the third track. Okay, I see that the bass comes in the 0:30, but it's very filtered bass, so there is no so huge presence. We can consider again that there is an intro in 0:45 with a drop on 1. And the BPM is 125. So basically the steps of this work, it consists me and track all these tracks, their time with the intro, the drop, and if the bass really starts, because if the bass starts in 30 seconds, we need to put here in order to have an idea if there is a problem between when we start the next track and how they will get mixed before the second track to become the next one that will be the current one playing. So for don't take this video so long, I will do these steps now, and after the video I will show the full concept here. So guys, as you can see, I did all the mapping. So I have intros, drop and BPM. We have some bass, we have some tracks that doesn't have kick, but the kick might start 30. So all the mapping times we have it in order to know when we start the next track before the current one go to finish. So basically what I do is to put here, since I see the track, the next one has an intro for the 45 seconds and the drop it's 1 minute, I will see to turn this track when it's finishing, I put when I need to turn the next one. Okay, so I need to turn the second when this one is 1 minute. I can put 1M, or I can put, I will put abbreviate because I know that that is 1 minute before the track finish. So why I put 1 minute if the intro start in the 45? This will depend if combine to the track finish exactly when the another drops come. We did the test before, so we want to do this brief, this space. Even the intro has 45 seconds and the track has 1 minute. On the time that we start the second, we can start to lower the volume of the first one till arrive for the 40 seconds. And if I delay anything, play in real time, I have 50 seconds to fix it, you know. So you don't need to start the first track with 45 seconds to finish. I can do it with 1 minute to have 15 seconds gap in order to have this space in case something doesn't go well. So this is a good strategy also to give a bit more time for the track that is finishing to start to turn for the next one with more time, because if you delay or something happen, you still have a time to turn the track before the next one come to the drop. Going on this way, I can decide also the BPMs that I want to play now because I recorded all. I might forget this one, but we can put it here. It is 125 BPM. Okay. I see the first one start with 130. I like to play between 126 128. I think it will be a big challenge to go from 125 to 128. So I need to do some test playing to see if the 128 will be good for start, or if I can start with 126. This is depending how the music sounds. So I need to do a test playing on the CDJ to decide it. But I will put as in my mind that we will start with 126. And since this is 125, I will go with 126. I will go with 126 here. And I can jump to 125 to be original as here. And here I can go to 100 since it will be the next one. I need to start with 126. Maybe we can play 26 here as well, but since it's the fourth track, I want a little bit more energy, so let's 128. This underlow, maybe I can play 128. This is just supposition after we need to test to see if the BPMs sound good with the tracks. This is why we play 126 because he's a very energetic track. Then I will go 126. We can go 126. This is already 126. We play also 126 here. But this track will be fun if we can play 128 for sure. This I will let 126. My eyes, it's 128. So I think I will let like this for now. So I start 126, we keep 126, we keep, and then I need to reduce to 126 here, just to be starting with the track, and maybe we can grow to 128. So we do a kind of adjust. We can go now, and let me fix this one as well. And decide from where we will start to turn for the next music. So as I can see, the same idea, 45 seconds to intro. So we will use the same rule, turn 1 minute. For the bridge, it start 45 seconds. So comparing to Cosmic that the bass start 30 seconds and the intro 45, we need to see if the bass from the 31st seconds of this track combine with the missing maybe 1 minute or 30 seconds of this track. We can go here and listen a bit. Okay, it's a bass that grows still starting to 45, that is the intro. I don't want to mix the intro, so we will consider also turning 1 minute before the track is finishing. Under low, I don't see because there is only full intro on that track, so we just need to take care of the drop that is 130. We can go also and say that we're gonna turn with 1 minute missing the track. This track has a very strong bass, so I don't want to mix so very hard, so in the drop comes 140. We will turn this track most probably, because I need to do the test. We are creating an anatomy here, but also we need to do the test to see how it feels and what we need to adjust after. So okay, we can consider as 1 minute, and then we see if the 30 seconds from the next track combined with the remaining drops from the previous one. Otherwise we turn to 30 seconds here. This is, I need to turn before 30 seconds because since this track doesn't start with the kick, I need to find a way to make the transition between the track before the kick starts, because I will not have a hand to adjust or synchronize the kick on the exact time unless I make a cue on where it start the kick, but I don't want. I want to have the full track intro. So for here, for 100% sure, we need to turn the track in 30 seconds. That is rushing. This doesn't have also a special kick or something. We have just the drop in 1 minute 9. So I believe we can start to turn the track in 1 minute. So as you can see, I studied the intros, the bass and the drop to see how many minutes before connecting, before either, I put wrong here, I put drop, but it's a bass, before coming. I turn 1 minute, but the bass start 30 seconds, and the idea is to see if the bass of the next track combine with the previous track, and we can go and reduce until finish the previous one. If not work, maybe we turn to 30 seconds as the next one in order to not mix the basses, or we just switch off the volume. We will need to see later, but usually this is the idea. I will not also put all the mapping here because it will take a lot of time for a record video. So after I finish, I can show you the full concept. So guys, I finish the mapping. I select the time that I will start training to see if combine, and we do the adjust. But this is the last step, the mapping one, and we can go for the next one, that is organizing the tracks and move it for the pen drive. I already did it, so I think it's not a secret to show. So in the next video we will go for the most hard, that I think is the performance mix test. So we will start to do a kind of training and testing the tracks, the transitions and the effects, and of course applying some ideas and when we want to apply the effects and stuff like that. So I hope you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe and see you on the next video.